Listen to this. Mark my words when I say this. MPC. Now I could be wrong. I'm just saying what I'm saying here. But mark my words. Do you know what the next thing Akai is gonna come out with? They're gonna come out with a 37 key MPC Mini 37. You see, they're gonna add the MPC one with an MPK Mini keyboard. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm thinking, because they have the MPC one, they got the MPC Live, they got the MPC Key 61, they got what is the other one? I think those are the three right there. There's one I think I'm missing. But that's what I think they're going to do. I think that they're going to make it's going to be called an MPC Key 37 or MPC Mini 37. That's what I think their next product is going to be. I could be wrong. They might not ever make that. But I see a lot more lately people they want to go smaller. They want smaller, more compact. That's what I want. I want smaller and more compact. I want an all-in-one workstation that is not too big. The MPC one is absolutely perfect. The size is perfect. It would be great. Now I know that, and I do have an MPK Mini, but it's the older one. It's the first one that came out. I got that back in 2018 and I still got it over there. If I could somehow, I can use that with this, don't get me wrong, but if they would come out with a keyboard that had the screen and the pads like the MPC, and they can do it. They could do it if they want to do it. But it's mini keys and it's 37 keys. Don't make a 47 some key, and don't make 49 or 21. Is it 21? No, 28 key. I should know this. It's 28 keys, I think. 27 or 28 or 29. I can't believe it. I can't think of this. There's 37, 49, and 25. I'm sorry, 25 key. See, I should know stuff like that. This stuff slips my mind sometimes. But yeah, that's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm thinking. And if they would do that, if there was some way where I could trade in my MPC one for that, which I can't do now, I have this, and if they don't do that, then that's what I will probably go with too. Bolo just made a video here that I'm watching where he's using the MPK Mini 37 with the MPC Live, and that is all that you need if you are a standalone producer. If you are someone that wants to make beats from scratch, or however you do it. I make beats from scratch. I make beats from drum kits and sounds. I use my own voice sometimes. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I could be wrong, but it's just kind of, when you kind of get the drift of how you see how they bring things out lately, it's kind of like I can see where a lot of this is going. It's kind of like they're throwing little hints to what's next, and that's just what I think. Because what else can they do? You know what I mean? What else are they going to come out with? Another MPC? Who needs another MPC? There's already enough MPCs. They need to come out with a smaller version of a keyboard with the 16 pads and a decent size screen, and put the buttons that they have. Akai should put the attack, decay, sustain, release, and the effects on the front of the keyboard instead of having it inside of the keyboard. I think that's what they should do. I don't know if that's possible to do, but I like having stuff on the front thing. You know, having to go into the screen and the menu all the time. It's kind of, you know, it's a little extra, but I don't know. And then another thing that I don't like that Akai does is when I got the 2.11 update, I think it's 2.11, when you used to tap the button, when you used to tap this button here, this button, if it's, you know, recording right, this button, the house button right there, you could just press that and save the project. Now you got to press the house button, you got to press save, and then you got to press save project, and then save the project. It's 2 extra steps. Why would they do that? Just leave it the original way. But when you add new stuff, don't change it up. This is the same thing. And I'm not making this video long. I just wanted to say that about I think they're going to make a keyboard, a smaller version of the MPC Key 61. But Roland did the same exact thing. Roland has always been calling when you make a sequence or a drum pattern, or you make a pattern, they called it a pattern. It was always called a pattern all the time. And now they have this stupid thing where they're calling it scenes and tones. And you have to, if you change the effects or the envelopes or the LFOs or anything, you have to save that sound on a user bank, and then you have to save the pattern to go back to it. Why not just save the whole thing? Press right. Yes or no. Are you sure? Yes or no. And you press yes. I've been dealing with Roland products for a while. I had a couple Roland products and I had a couple Akai products. I had the XR20 from Akai, which I still have beats on. The whole thing's filled, but it's broke. I dropped it one time and the thing broke, and it's built like a tank, so it must have dropped just perfectly on the volume button to mess it up. And I just don't understand why they do this stuff. Like, I have the Roland JDXi too, and I don't know why they did not, the way that they had the drum kits set up, they had a kick, a stick, a clap, a kick. You know, it was set up in a way where there was 3 kicks. The 3 first white keys were kicks. The first black key was a stick. The second black key was a clap or a snare, most of the time a clap. On the Roland JDXi, I think it's all claps, mostly. And then the next 3 black keys were hi-hats, closed hats, and open hats. And the other ones were cymbals and the clav, and then you had the snares next to the kicks. And it made it so easy. It made it so easy. Now, what they did on the keyboard I have now, the Phantom 06, which, you know, like I said, something happened with my finances to where I can't really afford it now, and I'm probably going to have to take it back because something came up. But they made it to where there's the kick on the first white key, and then the keys, the black keys, it's a stick, and then it's some weird like brr, brr, like drum, like brr, drum. And then it's the next 2 are these snares that are, I don't know, the way that they implemented it, it's just, I don't understand why they would do this. Why would you do this, Roland? If anybody from Roland ever comes across this video, which I don't know how in the world somebody from Roland would come across this video, but if in the future they come across this video, make an update or go back to, when you make things, go back to saving patterns. I want to be able to bring up the pattern that I made, and when I rearrange the sound effects, or I change the envelope or the attack, sustain, decay, release, when I put effects to it, when I use LFOs and I go into the menu and I have it how I want it, I want to be able to press right. Yes, I'm sure that I want to save the project. And it's and I when I go back to that project, it's on that pattern. And when I go to a new pattern, I can start from scratch. I can pick a sound that I want, and then I can do that over again. I don't want to have to save a tone, a sound. They call it a tone. It's a sound. You know, why are they adding these other names to, what are they trying to do? Make it look appealing, trying to make it look, oh, now we're doing something different, so they're going to think this is cool. It's not cool. It's ruining a classic. It's ruining the natural part that it was from the time it was made. Let it be the original. Only add new sounds and new sound effects and maybe new ways of implementing the way that you use the sound effects and stuff. New sound effects. It's that simple. Don't add these new names and these new ways of doing it. It makes it confusing for the person making the music. It just makes it more of a burden. It makes it harder. It just makes no sense why they would do that. Now, I know this is off topic from what I was saying, but it all goes hand in hand with me, because I'm not looking for anything. I'm satisfied with what I have, and I went through that stage for 5 years looking for something for me. The only thing that's missing for me right now is plugins that I can use on the MPC that I really like. Sounds that are to my taste and liking that I can, and that's why I was asking about the Fabric XL and the Mini D and the OPX, if that's what that one's called. I heard them and I do like a lot of the sounds. I do like a lot of the sounds. But I think I'm just going to stick with that. I think I'm just going to stick with that, and because I already went through the process and the stage of looking around and saying, well, what do I want to do with this? Where do I want to go with this? What do I want to use? What's out there? And like the search is kind of over with me. I'm just looking for sounds now that I like, and that's it. I don't want nothing else, because I know I don't need nothing else. You see, I'm not looking for advice on how to make music, or looking for what's the next big thing coming out. Even though I'm saying this about what they might come out with, it would be great if they did that for, future time, years down the road. If they had one of those, yes, I would get it if the sounds would get a lot better and they would come out with more quality sounds and quality sound effects. And there was a 37 key mini MPC with the keys and the pads and a screen. And it would have, okay, if it just had the same 4 buttons and the scroll pad. See, Akai, do not make this mistake of adding something stupid or taking something away in the name of trying to look like you're doing something so much better. You're going to ruin it. You can't take away from the classic side of something Just like when Coca-Cola tried to change their, even though I don't drink Coca-Cola and I don't endorse them because I don't drink sugary drinks, they tried to, what did they name it? Coca-Cola Classic or something. I don't know if it's still called Coca-Cola Classic, but they tried to change the name or the taste. I forget if they changed the name, Coca-Cola. I forget how they did it or if they changed the taste. It was either the name or the taste of it. Coca-Cola Classic with something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I know that they changed the taste of it and people didn't like it. And people want the original thing, but if there is a way to make it to where there's something new that is added on to the original thing and still letting the original thing, then there's nothing wrong with that. Like if Roland would have if they would have put the drum kits in the order that the JDXI is, and they would have just put that on this keyboard and then the extra keys put whatever they wanted to, it would have just been, that would have made the whole thing better. It would have made the whole entire keyboard better. If they would have just had a pattern button to save the pattern, that would have made it way better. It would have just made it easier. It would have made it more intuitive and everything. But it seems like these companies, they ruin things because they're trying to do more than what actually needs done for the person making the music. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to end on that note. I didn't want to do this long of a video. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this video, but if I do, I do, whatever. So I'll talk with y'all later.